So market structure and pricing. First we saw about what do you mean by a market. Okay. So what do you mean by a market? Generally, market means where goods, that is, which is bought and sold, it is called as a market. But in economics, it is an exchange between the buyer and seller. It is called as a market. Then we saw about the classifications of market. So market which has been classified on the base of area, on the base of time, on the base of quantity of commodity, and then on the basis of competition. We saw about the two types of competition. One is a perfect competition and another one is an imperfect competition. So in the last class we saw about the perfect competition. So what do you mean by a perfect competition? So perfect competition means what? So where there will be a large number of buyers and sellers. Okay. So large number of buyers and sellers will be there. They used to sell an homogeneous product and the price will be an uniform. So homogeneous product means what? The commodities which are identical. It will be an uniform. Wherever you go, the product will be the same. Okay. And the price also will be the same. So the competition is less under a perfect competition. Then we saw about the price and output determination under perfect competition. So price and output determination means where the price which will be fixed and how the output will be received. So this is called as a price and output determination. So now we come to know about the imperfect competition. So imperfect competition means where the competition will be more. Okay, the competitions will be more and the product will be different. Okay, under imperfect competition, we have four types of competition. One is a monopoly, second one is a monopolistic, third one is an oligopoly, and fourth one is a duopoly. Now, we will come to know about the monopoly. What do you mean by a monopoly? So, monopoly means what? Okay, so let us see about the monopoly. So, monopoly means what? Monopoly means it is an single. Okay, mono means single, poly means seller. Okay, so monopoly means it is an single seller. So he is only one person who used to control everything. So the price and the output. So he earns a maximum profit. So this is called as a monopoly. So there is no competition for him because he is a single seller. So he is a single seller. He is producing a commodity where the price and output which will be fixed at a maximum level. So this is called as a monopoly. Now we will come to know about the features of a monopoly. So the first and most important feature is a single seller. Under we comes to know about a perfect competition, we have a large number of buyers and sellers. But under monopoly, we have a single seller. Okay, so there is no competition for him at all. And the second one, there is no close substitute at all because he is a single seller. He is producing only one commodity, so there is no close substitute for him. So he will be enjoying a maximum profit. So he will be fixing the price and he will fix the output level. So up to the maximum level, he will fix the price and he will be enjoying the profit. So that is called as a monopoly. Next one, there is no free entry and exit at all. So under monopoly, he is a single seller. He controls everything. Okay. So there is no free entry. So no other person cannot enter with and compete with them. So it is strictly avoided. So there is no free entry and exit. But when we come to know under a perfect competition, there is a free entry and free exit. Who else want to come, they can enjoy the profit and they can move. But when we comes to know under the monopoly, so it is a strictly restricted, that is only a single person should control the everything. So this is called as a monopoly. Next we come to know about the sources of a monopoly. That is, for example, so who are called as a monopoly? First one, it is a natural monopoly. Natural monopoly means what? Certain countries have abundant, that country has a monopoly power. Okay. For example, in South Africa, they have a gold mine. Okay. So gold mine which is located in South Africa. So South Africa has a monopoly rights in fixing the price for output for the gold. Then diamond and nickels which are available in Canada. So that country has a monopoly rights. So they has a monopoly rights. So they are the single seller. They are the single seller for the nickel and diamond. So this is called as a natural monopoly. Next we come to know about a state monopoly. Each state has a monopoly rights, monopoly power. For example, railway, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, electricity. So this is all called as a monopoly rights. It is called as a state monopoly. So each country has a monopoly. So see railway. So railway is a strictly valid. That is there is no free entry and exit of other firms to enter. Other person should not enter. So it is strictly valid. It has been owned by a single person. So it is called as a monopoly power. Then Reserve Bank of India. So Reserve Bank of India has a monopoly rights to issue the currency notes. So they has a monopoly rights. Then electricity. The government has in Tamil Nadu has an rights to give the supply. That is produce the output for the electricity. So each state has a monopoly rights and each country has a monopoly rights. So this is called as a state monopoly. Next we come to know about an individual monopoly power. So individual monopoly power means that each some particular person who has introduced certain commodities or certain things which will be innovative means so that person has a monopoly rights. So this is called as a patent right, this is called as a copyright, registered mark, trademark, like that. So this is all called as a monopoly. So monopoly means it is a single seller. Okay, there is no close substitute for the commodity. So they will be enjoying a maximum profit. Okay, so there is no free entry and exit for the firm. So this is called as a monopoly. Next we come to know about the price and output determination under monopoly. So where the price and how the price and how the output which has been fixed under the monopoly. Okay, so for this we have a diagram. So let me explain with the diagram. So price and output determination under monopoly. So the diagram. So under imperfect competition, what happens? The AR and MR will be sloping downwards because a constant price which is not suitable, because here the product will be differ. So the price will be declined. So average revenue and a marginal revenue curve will be sloping downwards. Okay. So see here the diagram. Okay, so the price will be declined, so the price will be fixed according to the situation, so how it is based. So like that, what happens, the marginal revenue and average revenue will be sloping downwards. But under perfect competition, the AR and MR line will be an horizontal straight line because they are selling a homogeneous product and the prices are uniform. But under monopoly, the price will be different and the product will be different. Okay. So, and the revenue also will be different. So, that's why what happens, the average revenue and marginal revenue will be sloping downwards. But marginal revenue will be below the average revenue. Next, we come to know about the equilibrium condition. The most important is an equilibrium condition. So, equilibrium condition is that MC is equals to MR. So always your marginal cost should be equals to your marginal revenue. Okay. So see here, always your marginal cost will be an U shape. So marginal cost should cut the marginal revenue. So your MR line is here, your marginal cost curve should cut the marginal revenue. So see here, your marginal cost curve should cut the marginal revenue. So where the firm decided the price. So this is the equilibrium position. So this is the equilibrium position, price and output. So this is the price and this is the output. So next we want to know about the average cost and the average revenue. That is, in order to produce 1 unit of output, how much profit that the firm would have been received. Okay, so average cost is equals to an average revenue. So average revenue and average cost. So average cost should cut the average revenue. So where it has been intersected, this is the place. Okay, so P, Q, R, S. Okay, so this is the place is called as a profit. Okay, can you able to understand? So see here, let me explain. So O X axis, first one, nearly we need and 4 explanation. So first explanation is that your O X axis represents output and O Y axis represents price or revenue. So okay, so O X axis represents output and O Y axis represents price or revenue. Next, you have to explain all the terms. That is, AR means what, MR means what, MC means what, and AC means what. So second is your AC, MC, AR and MR. So AC means average cost, MC means marginal cost, AR means average revenue, MR means marginal revenue. So this is the second one. And third one, it is an equilibrium condition. Equilibrium condition. So what is your equilibrium condition? That is, MC curve cuts the MR curve below the point. So MC curve cuts the MR curve. MC curve cuts the MR curve below the point. So this is the place, it is called as an equilibrium, where the firm decided OP level of price and OM level of output. So this much of output, okay, see the output level is very small, but see the price level it is too high. Because why? Because it has a monopoly power. So he is a single seller. So there is no close substitute for him. So he fixed the price up to the maximum limit. So he will be enjoying a super normal profit under monopoly. Can you able to understand? So he is enjoying a super normal profit here under monopoly. There is no loss at all. So he will be enjoying a super normal profit because he is a single seller and there is no close substitute for the monopoly. Okay, so at OP level of price and OM level of output. So at the price OP and the output is OM. Next, in order to know that the firm produces, that is, in order to produce 1 unit, how much the profit which the firm has been received. Okay, so in order to produce 1 unit, the firm which has been received, that is your average cost curve. So you have to draw your average cost. So your average cost curve should touches your equilibrium line. Okay, it should touch the AR line. So where we decided the output. So in order to produce 1 unit, the firm which receives an PQRS. So this is the output which a firm receives. Okay, again I will repeat. So see here, your OX axis represents output and OY axis represents price. And second one, you have to explain the conditions of MC, AC and then MR and AR. So MC means marginal cost, AC means average cost, MR means marginal revenue, AR means average revenue. So third one is an equilibrium condition. So equilibrium condition means where MC is equals to MR. So MC curves cuts the MR curve below the point, where the firm decided the price and output. So where the MC curve cuts the MR curve. So at this place the firm decided the OP level of price and OEM level of output. Okay, so now what happens? The firm enjoys a maximum profit because he is a single seller. He is a single seller and there is no close substitute at all. So he is a single seller, he is a single producer. So he will be enjoying a maximum profit. So at this level of output, the firm enjoys a maximum profit. So at OP level of price. So in order to produce 1 unit of output, okay, so how much a profit that the firm would have been received is PQRS. Okay, so up to this monopoly is over. So next we come to know about the price discrimination. What do you mean by price discrimination? Price discrimination means what? Same commodity, that is a particular commodity which has been charged different prices for the different consumer. Same commodity, price discrimination. So price discrimination means what? Price which has been discriminated, that is it has been charged differently for different consumers. So this is same commodity but price will be differ for different consumers. So this is called as a price discrimination. So in your textbook they have given higher price will be charged to the price for different consumer. Okay, so we have 3 type of price discrimination. So one is on personal, second one is on geographical, and third one is on the base of uses. So first one, it is on personal. So types of price discrimination. So first one is on personal price discrimination. See here how the price has been discriminated here. For example, they have given as an example for those people who are above 60 ages. Okay, those who want to travel in a train means, so the ticket will be varied. So the ticket will be varied for children's, then moderate, that is above 5 to 0 to 5 the ticket will be very less, and then more than 5 the people ticket will be a normal, and then above 60 the price will be differ. So this is called as a price discrimination. So the destination place is same but the price which has been charged will be differ. So this is called as a personal discrimination, personal price discrimination. Second, we come to know about a geographical price discrimination. See how the price which has been discriminated under geographically. See, geographically means it is an area, it is a country. Okay. So what a book which has been published, in India, so the price will be high in India, but when it has been sold to another country with a less price. So when it moves to another country, the price will be less. But when the commodity which is sold in India and which has been manufactured in India and which has been produced in India, the price will be high. So see here, same commodity, same product, but prices differed under geographically. So where the goods which has been produced, the price will be high, and the goods which has been exported to the other country, the price will be high. The price will be low. So this is called as a dumping. The third one, it is based on the uses. So same commodity, but price is differed. So how the price which has been differed on the base of uses? Take an example of electricity. See, electricity is common for everyone. So electricity is common for everyone. But how it has been used? So some people, though they will be they consume the electricity which is less. Some other people, they use more electricity. So the payment, the price will be differ. So at a school, at an office, at a home, the consumption of electricity will be differ. So at a home, the consumption of electricity will be less. At the factories or industry, the consumption will be more. So the price will be discriminated for them. And then for the other purpose, wherever the electricity, how the electricity which has been used by an individual and people and other people, how it has been used, the price will be different. Some will pay 500, some will pay 2000, some will pay more than 10,000, 5,000 or etc. It is based on their uses. So this is called as a price discrimination. So price discrimination means same commodity, but the price will be charged for the different consumer at a different price. This is called as a price discrimination. So this is the most important things which comes under the monopoly. Okay. So up to this I will stop. So let us just go through what we saw. So today we saw about a monopoly. So monopoly means what? Mono means it is a single. Poly means it is a seller. So monopoly means it is a single seller. Then monopoly where there is no free entry and exit and no close substitute. So under monopoly they will be enjoying a maximum profit. Okay. So they will be fixing maximum price and output will be very less under the monopoly. So no free entry at all and no exit at all. So he is owned and controlled by a single seller. Okay. So some of the examples of monopoly means naturally certain countries which have resources in abundance, so that country has a monopoly power. Under when we come to state means each country, that is each state has a monopoly power like railways, RBI, electricity. Okay. So these all have a monopoly power. When we come to know about an individual who has introduced certain commodities or very innovative means that person has a patent right, a legal trademark, register mark like that, copyright, etc. So this are the examples for the monopoly. So next we saw about the price and output determination. So price and output determination plays a very important where the firm fixes the price and the output. Then we saw about the discrimination. Okay. So then we saw about the price discrimination. So price discrimination means that is same commodity but price which has been charged, different price will be charged for the different consumer. So we saw the three type of price discrimination. One is on personal, geographical, and then another one is on the base of uses. Okay. So in the next class we will see about the monopolistic competition. Okay. Thank you students.